Bum 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 bum. The Peter Like Show. Bum 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 bum. I'm calling my show the Peter Like Show because I was just checking the weather forecast, and next week all of the highs are in the two-digit range, and that's really nice to see. And I don't own any gallium, but next week my gallium will stay solid when I go outside. That's I don't know why that temperature. That's actually a pretty good threshold for how hot it is outside, right? Liquid gallium makes me really depressed, right? Solid gallium, oh, we can finally go out, right? It really is a really good threshold. I love non-standard units of measure. Although that one's not really a natural unit of measurement because it depends on what pressure the planet we live on is as well, right? But I love these natural units, right? Uh, but I want to talk about another heat wave incident that I ran into this year. You guys already know my infamous saga last year, but this year I ran into a smaller incident. I had arrived in Phoenix after flying home from Taiwan. This was August 16. And on my way back to my friend's home where I had parked my car, I got lost. I took the wrong bus, and when I asked the bus driver for the street my friend was on, he misheard me. It wasn't until I got off and I looked at the street sign did I realize that. And also, I have a simple mobile phone. I made the mistake of thinking I could continue to go online to pay the phone bill online after I got in Taiwan, but I couldn't. I don't know how the website doesn't load if you're outside of the country, and even with the VPN on, it still didn't load. Um, and So I had no signal and all that. I had gone to a shopping plaza. There was an insurance agent, and then there was a big roof so I could sit under the shade. I had my suitcases and all that. And I went inside to ask if he could help me look up a map. And can you believe it? Everybody is seemingly, customers, agents, everybody is seemingly too busy to even just pull up, like, in 2 seconds. So and so, whatever drive, right? That is not an experience I've had in other places around the world. In fact, I've traveled places where I can't even speak their language, and I haven't even ran into this kind of drama. And I go out to sit under the roof, and the agent is very upset at me and threatening to call the police. And I said, "Why don't you call them? Because I could use a ride back to my car anyhow." And I think the police will be very understanding of this situation. And I don't want to talk to you. Go call the police if you have to. And I put on my headset. I'm very pleased at myself for doing that. Normally, those situations often cause anger problems for me and cause me to have difficulty communicating that. Long story short, I sat down to cool off a little bit and played a few games on my phone, and then I headed off, and that was that. But it created a very unwelcoming welcome back home to the U.S. feeling. And what's really upsetting is I later wrote an email to that insurance agent to apologize and say what. And he says he doesn't know what I'm talking about. I wish I had caught this on camera. I really do. Although oftentimes, pulling out my phone and trying to record uh, encounters like that often volatilizes it. And so I need some way to have a hidden camera where I could record these because every time I complain about one of these heat wave incidents, people tell me that they can't believe it happened. We'll look into it. Do you know who you encountered? Well, I'm sure 9 out of the 10 employees I could have encountered at your store probably would have done something similar. Why do you need to know the name? This is a general training issue. This is more of a systemic, nationwide cultural issue, right? It's not Bob at whatever store, right? And so, it's just the problem is that trying to pull out your phone and recording often volatilized. I can't tell you how many times somebody has tried to grab the phone away from me, or did something just dramatically different. So I need to find a way to secretly record. I'd love to put it on here. More importantly, I'd love to show people when they say they can't believe so and so did whatever, right? Oh, right. This is another big reason why I need to move out of the country. Again, I've been in other countries where I've been even more lost, even more disoriented, and I couldn't speak their language. And I didn't run into this. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.